Emma, looking back at Season 4, it's amazing how much we've covered in terms of essential travel English, don't you think?
Absolutely, David. It's like we took a linguistic tour around the world, starting at airports and ending at souvenir shops. Each episode offered practical phrases that open doors in real-life situations.
And isn't it fascinating that with just 20 phrases, you can handle most travel scenarios? It's like having a Swiss Army knife for language.
Exactly. And I remember a story from a listener who emailed us. She confidently navigated a Paris cafe using our episode 3 tips. That's what makes this journey worthwhile.
However, some might argue that learning more complex sentences is crucial too. What do you think?
True. But for beginners, mastering basic phrases first builds a strong foundation. Like constructing a building, start with a solid base before the intricate details.
Right. And as we plan future seasons, what's your vision for expanding this foundation?
In Season 5, I'm excited to delve into digital communication. Apps and online interactions are the next frontier for our learners.
Yes, technology is redefining how we connect globally. From video calls to online shopping, it's a whole new world of language learning.
Indeed, embracing these changes will make our learners not just travelers but global citizens. I can't wait to dive into it.
Emma, role-playing has been a vital tool in our episodes. It really brings phrases to life, doesn't it?
Definitely, David. By simulating real conversations, learners can practice intonation and context. Remember our restaurant roleplay? A listener told me it helped her confidently order in Rome.
That's great to hear. But some might find it intimidating to speak aloud without a partner. How can they overcome this?
One way is to use a mirror or record yourself. It feels awkward at first, but it's like rehearsing lines in a play. You gain confidence over time.
Interesting analogy. And what if someone argues that role-play is artificial and doesn't reflect spontaneous conversation?
That's a valid point. However, structured practice builds the reflexes needed for real interactions. It's like training wheels on a bike.
Exactly. And as we transition to tech-focused topics, how will role plays evolve?
We'll incorporate scenarios like video conferencing and digital customer service chats. It's about preparing our listeners for a digital world.
That sounds exciting and relevant. With the rise in remote work and virtual travel, these skills are crucial.
Absolutely, David. It's all about giving our learners the tools they need to thrive in any environment.
Let's revisit our top 20 survival English phrases. These are the unsung heroes of travel communication, aren't they, Emma?
They sure are. Simple phrases like "excuse me" and "how much" are like magic keys that open conversations. A friend once told me these phrases saved her countless times in Tokyo.
But some might say that relying too heavily on basic phrases limits deeper engagement with locals. What's your take on that?
While that's true, these phrases serve as conversation starters. They break the ice, and from there, you can build on more complex exchanges.
Exactly. It's like having a toolkit where you start with the basics and expand as needed. How can learners effectively memorize these phrases?
Consistency is key. Flashcards or apps like Anki help reinforce them through repetition. Plus, practicing in real scenarios makes them stick.
And looking forward, how should these phrases adapt to digital communication?
We'll include phrases for online interactions like, "Can you hear me?" during video calls. It's about evolving with the times.
Indeed, as our world becomes more digital, so must our language skills. It's a fascinating shift.
Absolutely, David. Adapting these phrases ensures our learners are prepared for both offline and online adventures.
Emma, language barriers can be daunting for travelers. How do our episodes help break down these walls?
By equipping listeners with key phrases and role plays, we build confidence. A listener once shared that our episodes made her first solo trip to Spain much smoother.
That's wonderful. But some argue that relying on English in non-English speaking countries might seem presumptuous. What's your view?
It's a balancing act. While learning local phrases shows respect, English often serves as a common ground. It's about mutual understanding.
Right. And how can travelers manage when English doesn't suffice?
Technology comes to the rescue. Translation apps and visual aids like maps or photos can bridge the gap. It's about resourcefulness.
And as we move towards tech-focused topics, how will we address language barriers in digital spaces?
We'll explore tools for online communication, ensuring our learners can navigate digital interactions with ease.
That's a vital skill as our world becomes more interconnected through technology.
Indeed, David, by embracing these tools, we empower our learners to communicate confidently, no matter the setting.
Emma, the role of technology in language learning has been transformative. How do you see this evolution impacting our upcoming seasons?
It's exciting, David. Technology opens new avenues for immersive learning. Think virtual reality tours or AI-powered conversation partners.
That sounds futuristic, but some might argue that tech can't replace the nuances of human interaction. What do you think?
While tech adds convenience, nothing beats real conversations for emotional intelligence. It's about blending both for a well-rounded experience.
Absolutely. And how can our listeners leverage technology to enhance their learning journey?
Using language apps for daily practice, joining online communities, or even participating in virtual exchanges can broaden their horizons.
And as we gear up for Season 5, what tech trends should we focus on for language learning?
Exploring social media language, digital etiquette, and online collaboration tools. These are integral to modern communication.
Indeed, as we adapt to digital landscapes, our learners gain skills that transcend traditional boundaries.
Yes, David, empowering our listeners with tech-savvy language skills will prepare them for an ever-evolving world.
Emma, as we wrap up this season, what excites you most about our next adventure into digital English?
I'm thrilled about diving into how English integrates with technology. From app interfaces to digital communication, it's an unexplored frontier for many learners.
It's true, tech is now intertwined with language learning. But what challenges do you foresee as we embark on this new path?
Navigating the fast-paced tech updates can be daunting. However, staying adaptable and curious is key. We'll guide our listeners through these changes.
Great point. And how will our approach differ from traditional language teaching methods?
We'll incorporate interactive elements and focus on real-world applications like social media engagement and virtual meetups, making learning dynamic and relevant.
That sounds engaging. As we look to the future, what's your vision for our listeners' growth?
I envision them becoming confident communicators, adept in both face-to-face and digital interactions, ready for any global challenge.
A powerful goal indeed. As we prepare for Season 5, any final thoughts for our learners?
Keep practicing, stay curious, and embrace the journey. Language is a bridge to new opportunities and connections.
All right, that's all for this episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.